So today I'm going to be looking at this, the Yoto Mini. And first I just want to say a big thank you to Yoto for sending this over to me for a review, and I've been able to test it out over this past week. Now, the same as with all my reviews, this is 100% my own thoughts, so I'll be giving you the good and the bad. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, I did do a review for the original Yoto Player which I bought, so do go and check out the review, and I'll leave a link in the descriptions below. Also, because I covered quite a bit of what the Yoto Player is and what it can do in that video, I won't go into as much detail here. What I want to do really is to compare the devices and give you an idea of which one is the right fit for you and your child. Or if you already have the original Yoto Player, do you need to get the Yoto Mini? So briefly, what is the Yoto Player? Well, it's an audio device that works using these NFC cards, which come in a variety of stories, music, learning tools, and much more. It's a way for children to engage and play on their own terms, being able to choose what they listen to, and adds another layer of imagination to play through sounds and audio cues. Although the device does connect to the internet, there are no cameras, screens, or mics, so it's completely safe for children to use on their own. And if you just want that extra bit of reassurance, you do have complete control over the device using the Yoto app that can be downloaded for your phone. This was something I didn't show in the last video, but as you can see here, you have complete access to any of the Yoto devices you own, the library of content, which can be played or stopped through the app, and also a volume control if you feel things are a little bit too loud. Something that I've had to use every now and again when things get just a little bit too noisy. Okay, so what's the difference between the Yoto Mini and the original? First of all, the obvious size difference. The Mini is a fraction of the size of the original, which also means it's much easier for kids to carry around with them. Now, I have this for the original, which is also called the Adventure Jacket, and has this handle which makes it easier to pick up and move about. But I would say the Mini wins here for portability, as it's just so much smaller, lighter, and just easier for kids to sort of hold in their hands. The Yoto Mini does have its own adventure jacket and just gives it that little bit more extra protection, and also because of the rubber texture, it gives it a more easier grip, and also has a wrist strap to hang it on things or make sure you don't drop it. The Mini has two dials on the face of the device, and I found that this was easier for my daughter to use and to get to grips with over the two buttons that are on the bigger player. It was easier for her to turn and to click in. There is also a mini display which shows the icons of what you're listening to, and a mini speaker is also on the face of the device. Now, I know what you're thinking, because of the size of the Yoto Mini and the size of the speaker, does the Mini lack the sound quality the larger player does? I have had both players side by side, testing the volume, and surprisingly, I couldn't tell the difference. The sound quality and the volume levels of the Yoto Mini is comparable with the larger player. The Yoto Mini does also support headphone use, and Yoto do have their own kids headphones, but obviously any headphones with the 3.5mm jack will work here. Preferably kids headphones, as they tend not to go too loud. The Mini does come with a USB-C charging cable, and no doubt you'll have a device already that supports USB-C, so it's easy to plug in and charge. And I think the portability of the Mini is its selling factor. It's said to have up to 20 hours of play per charge, and honestly, I've charged this thing maybe once after first getting it, and it's still got plenty of charge left after a week later. The only thing the Yoto Mini doesn't have that the larger player does is the nightlight feature. And don't get me wrong, I love the Yoto Mini, my daughter loves the Yoto Mini, but the normal Yoto Player is still something that is used in one way or another in my household each day. With all that said, which player would be the right one for you? Now, the normal Yoto is $79.99 and the Mini is $49.99. So if you were on the fence about getting one, you could opt for the Mini, as it's cheaper and does nearly everything that the larger player does. Now that I have both of them, for me, I'm really thankful for that, because now the larger player has a more fixed space in the house, and the Mini can be taken around and taken out on trips, and they just complement each other really well. So at the end of the day, I feel it's down to the age of your child and whether it's something that right now they'll get most out of with the portability. I think the nightlight feature of the original is quite handy, and the size makes it feel more of a focal point in a child's room. So it really draws their attention in more than the Mini might do. I love both devices, and I think they're great tools for kids. There are so many cards available now too, and I can 100% recommend either of these two players. I'll leave a link in the description below for the Yoto website, where you can get the players, the cards, and all the other accessories. So definitely check out their website. Thank you for watching this short review. I hope it helped. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you next time.